Okay, so we just finished turn 3 of the first campaign game date of Hell's Highway. So let's see how it looks. So you see we're just getting ready to start turn 4. And now we're looking at it from the opposite ends. Now we're looking at it from the south, going north. Maybe this is the way I should have did it in the first place. So the American 101st Airborne, they entered, and they have a few guys behind the hedges over here. And then we have some burning stuff. So the first 2 turns, I guess I'll go over what the Germans did. The Germans came in with one group over here with engineers and Panthers, and they made their way down pretty much to this area. A couple of them tried getting in here, but they found some Boffer's guns the hard way, so brewed up a half-track here. Hayes killed another couple half-tracks in this area, and then he had parked, where was he parked? He was parked right here with his Firefly, covering this whole road down this way. Now, it's not quite as clear as you think it is because these hedges, the vertices, block line of sight, but there's a couple spots where you can hit them. So what I did was I moved one Panther into here and then moved another Panther in around this way through the wire. Well, 2 things went wrong with my plan. The first thing was I broke my gun, my main armament on my Panther, and then my second Panther got bogged in the wire. So he quickly seized on the opportunity, surrounded this Panther with a broken gun. So he had one Firefly right here, and then 2 other tanks in this neighborhood, and just my luck, I was able to, just desperate, usually I wouldn't even try to fix the gun for fear of recall. I was able to fix the gun, and then popped one tank, and then my next prep fire phase took out his Firefly, and then my other Panther got unbogged, came around, and took out his other tank. So it was I really don't think he played that wrong. I think he really did the right thing. I would have done the same thing. It's just sometimes the dice are just against you. So Hayes, I really think you did a good job with that. It didn't work out. The first 2 turns, Hayes did not get any air support, but on the 3rd turn he did roll, and he got two Typhoons coming in. So we're going to see how they tear up my Panthers in a couple minutes. So he's got some mortars back here. They're starting to get acquisition of my infantry that's moving up close in my half-tracks. And then he had to pull back into the woods over here, skulk a little bit because of the danger from this Panther right here. With the loss of his 3 tanks, he's pretty much lost the ability to combat my Panthers, except with bazookas from the side, but there's no way to get in on them from the side, so it's going to have to be left to the Typhoons. Now, let's talk about his 3 Bofors for a second. He placed one here in Q19, and one in O25, and by the 2nd turn, I had pretty much surrounded them. They did do a fair amount of damage to my half-tracks. I think he took out 3 half-tracks, including an 8-0 leader and 2 4-6-7 squads, so that's quite a bit of victory points. One of my crews survived. They're still alive, roaming around the board somewhere. I also broke my 81mm mortar, trying to lay down some smoke on an acquisition shot. So isn't that the way it always happens? But I took out the broken mortar with the crew that comes with it, the inherent crew that comes with it, and was able to fix the mortar again, put the mortar back into the half-track, and now he's ready to roll again, but I don't really need the smoke right now. And then I laid down a little bit of smoke with my 75mm gun right here. He has a great number. I think he has a 9 on the back of him, so he's pretty awesome. My flamethrowers, my flamethrowing half-tracks took out at least 1, maybe 2 of the crews on his Bofors guns, so they were really, really helpful. Once he committed to firing and intensive firing, then I knew I could just roll up on him with those flamethrowers, and there's not much he could do about it. Now, you will notice that he still has 2 of his 3 ammunition trucks running around. A little bit ahistorical, how he's just running them right into the middle of my most densely populated areas, hoping that somehow they'll blow up and detonate all 7 squares, but all 7 hexes. But of course, I'm not shooting at them when they're that close because like a Goliath going off. So you don't want that. the scenario starts with wind, so you see, and it's going to the northeast, so you can see we have from the burning vehicles. This one hasn't spread yet. Actually, it has, so I have to mark that while we're here. So we have probably another 3 or 4 turns before the end of the scenario. So I know that's not supposed to be those colors for the smoke, but okay. So what's going to happen next? Well, hopefully I'm going to try to take as much land as I can. I can't completely forget about the north because I want to be in the vicinity for next scenario, because he's going to be coming on from this board edge at the start of the next scenario campaign date. So I've got to have somebody here. I plan on getting a couple half squads or crews, if I can find some, to man his Bofors guns, so that it'll give him something to think about. You know, I'll have some anti-tank guns on my side, even if they're only good for a shot or two before they break for captured use. You know, it'll still be good to have them. So maybe push them around the board a little bit. So that's where we are after 3 turns. We'll see what these nasty little typhoons. These come with the scenario pack, by the way. There's a whole bunch of counters that come with the scenarios, including mosquitoes and typhoons. Come to think of it, those aren't typhoons. Those are... Oh no, they are typhoons. Yeah, but I think it comes with mosquitoes too. Yep, there's the mosquitoes that it comes with. So, but he got typhoons. So we're going to see what kind of damage they do. All right. We'll do another post as soon as we get a few more turns in. Thanks for watching.